There are some days where you just can't. And despite your best intentions and your best desires, everything just feels really hard. And sometimes the hardest thing in those moments is to discern whether you need to take that time or whether you're sabotaging. And I think ultimately it's always a level of needing that time. Sabotaging often happens when we are struggling to shed old identities, when we are struggling to have compassion for ourselves, and also when we just are really scared about what's coming up next. And yet, there are times when you've just been pushing so hard for so long that a break is necessary. And for myself, especially as a projector in human design, who was only supposed to work 4 to 5 hours per day, when I find myself having endlessly long days and feeling torn in a million different ways from family, kids, partner, I just sometimes need that time to rebuild myself, rebuild my power, rebuild my energy, rebuild my ability to show up for other people. And having permission, giving myself permission to do that is probably the biggest challenge. And knowing that I should be putting out a billion videos and telling people what they want to hear or should hear or what I think they need to hear is not necessarily going to be the best thing for me or for anybody else. So I just want to honor that. I want to honor myself. I want to honor the process. And I want to honor that sometimes it's okay to stop and rebuild. Sometimes it is actually okay to be. And when you give yourself permission to be and you allow yourself that rest, and I know that when I do that for myself, I almost have this like internal sense of peace and gratitude, and the ability for me to then rebuild and recreate is so much better than had I just kept going. So I just want to invite you to consider for yourself, do you need that break? Like, do you need to just stop and be? And if you do, can you give yourself permission to do it? I have this beautiful Eagle Rising meditation activation for people who want to allow themselves to move through that change. It is in my bio if you would like to check it out. And I just want to send you lots of love for whatever rest, transformation, change, healing that you need right now.